Hi guys, today I'm going to show you this very interesting set of rechargeable batteries. Brand is VVCHG Plus, and the batteries are very modern lithium ion. That's what I always recommend to buy when it comes to rechargeable batteries. Not nickel cadmium, not nickel metal hydride. That's the way to go. And these batteries can be charged very conveniently with standard USB-A with the included 4-in-1 charging cable. So you just need only one standard USB-A outlet to charge the whole set. And the charge takes only around 1.5 minutes, and you can charge them each around 1,500 times. So you can see how much money you can potentially save with this set here. So I'm going to take it out of the box, show you what to get, how you can use, and I'm also going to test the capacity of these batteries. And so here we have this nice set with this convenient storage box. Absolutely awesome. I've already bought a couple of such or similar sets, but I've never seen it so well organized as here. And so here we have the 4-in-1 cable. And so here are the batteries with the charging port in the front. And what I like here is that they are supporting USB-C, the most modern standard. So that means we cannot only use the included cable, but we can use also normal standard USB-C charging cable. And so on top we have the port and some built-in controller, which is protecting against overcurrent, overheating, over discharge and these things. And that's very, very important because old-fashioned rechargeable batteries, for example, nickel metal hydride, when the charge gets too low, the battery can be destroyed. So that's not possible here, because when the voltage gets too low here, the controller is turning off the power completely. And so here we have some power supply. Plug it in here, connect the first battery here on top. You can see it starts charging right away. Don't have to do anything, just connect battery after battery here till we have all 4 of them charging. We can see the red flashing light indicates charging, and when we have solid red, then they are fully charged. In total at the moment they are pulling 1.5 amps at 5 volts, so they can be charged pretty much on every standard USB-A outlet. You don't have to be worried. The capacity is supposed to be 2200 milliamps at 1.5 volts, which makes it 3300 milliwatt hours, which is a pretty high number. And so I've charged them here, and it didn't take too long, maybe half an hour here, and you can see we have solid red everywhere, so they are fully charged. What I also noticed, and that's absolutely amazing, that there's a PD trigger built in here. So you can see that, for example, here. So I can also charge them with one of these modern PD chargers. A lot of devices are not supporting PD trigger, so they have definitely built in this here. Absolutely awesome. And another very important test for such rechargeable batteries is always how good they fit into such battery compartments. And so here we have an Xbox 360 controller, which has the smallest battery compartment of all devices using standard AA batteries. And even though they are supposed to be standard, some manufacturers are making these batteries a little bit larger to fit more power into that, but then there's a problem that they are not fitting into such battery compartments anymore. But here you can see there's absolutely no problem. But of course, always taking out batteries is more difficult. So let's try if we can shake them out. Absolutely no problem. But of course, we do not only want to check the size, we also want to see if it's working. Yeah, it works perfectly for this controller, just doesn't have any connection. And so let's test one of these batteries. You can see current voltage is 1.4 volts here when we are using a little bit of power, but of course without using power it would be a little bit above 1.5 volts. And so let's increase a little bit more. We are at 0.5 amps, which is actually very high power for such a battery, and we are still at 1.3 volts. We can also increase to 1 amp here. Yeah, let's see what's the maximum. Yeah, pretty high, 1.8 amps already. Maximum which I can see is around 2 amps. After that the voltage drops, so let's reduce the amps a little bit to make it fair. So I've set the amps to around 0.5 amps. Still a pretty high current for such a battery, but as you can see, voltage remains at 1.34 volts, really high, which means of course that's good. And so I've tested 2 of these batteries for the capacity, and it had stopped this morning a couple of hours ago at 1880 milliamps. It has been going up here a little bit, but that's just an internal thing. So the real number is 1880 milliamps. First I had set a manual cutoff at 1 volt, and there it had stopped at 1770 something milliamps, and so I removed the manual cutoff, and it gave me around 100 milliamps more, with a voltage of course a little bit below 1 volt, which is not suitable for all devices, but it could still work. But even like that, the total was only 1880 milliamps and not 2200. I mean, it's not extremely far away. Also, you can see the watt hours, 2540 milliwatt hours. Definitely not what they are stating here on the battery and in the listing. I mean, I'm not saying it's totally rubbish or so, not at all. I think everything has been working pretty reliable. I like the USB-C here on top. That's a nice thing, has been working reliable. Apart from that, it's a rather small one which fits nicely into such a Xbox controller. So no complaints regarding that, just regarding the capacity, which is not as listed. But if you're still interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can do whatever you want. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with these batteries, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.